I will be welcoming ma'am with a brief introduction about the today's speaker, Mrs. T.V. Subhashini. So Subhashini ma'am is a freelancer, motivational speaker and a soft skill trainer from Mumbai. And ma'am has got more than 13 plus years of experience. And she was a soft skill trainer in Maximind Mumbai 2017 to 2019. And ma'am has successfully trained the students for various competitive exams like NSO, NCO, IMO, IEO, and Olympiad, and NETLAS, Aryabhatta, Junior IIT, FIT, JEE, NDSD. So one had conducted many personality development programs to motivate the students, memory power and confidence. And one has conducted 300 children when they were participated and benefited through her program. So when she was being hosted that program for the children. So she is a part of various workshops, webinars, online workshops conducted by the various universities, government, private, and all the colleges which comes under the government of India and the respective states. And one has been given even the well-known webinars like very few I'm listing it out. So public speaking, personality development in K.S. Rangaswamy College of Technology in Tiruchendur, Tamil Nadu, and English language vocabulary enhancement in Congo Arts and Science College, Erode, and how to influence people by effective communication in Sri Krishna Institute of Technology, Bengaluru. And recently, even ma'am has done 3 days workshop to build the soft skills, attitude, behavior and development for both faculties and students in India Institute of Technology. So now we are here because we are having ma'am today to give and give knowledge sharing for our second year as well as the first year children who are logged in online. So we are once again welcome you for the session now. But over to you, you can start your presentation. You can share the screen.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, students. Today the topic is about entrepreneurship skills, attitude, and behavioral development. So before going to this topic, I would like to ask a question. Tell me, what is more important in your life? What is more important in your life? If you ask the same question to me, I would actually this question, the answer would vary from person to person. If you ask the same question to me, I would say my family, children. Someone would say career, passion, or fame, money. So this answer, it varies from person to person. Am I right? So the real thing is, the most precious thing is time. Am I right? So many good things, that nostalgic moment, memories. Sometimes we recollect. We wanted to think. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Could you hear me?
Yeah, the audio issue was there with the speakers, so we were not able to hear you very clearly. It was like a very low voice.
Okay, voice is low, ma'am. Ma'am, I kept here 100. Could you hear me? Ma'am, could you hear me right now? Ma'am, actually, my audio, it is showing 100 voice. Could you hear me, ma'am? Speaker audio, it's showing 100. Ma'am, could you hear me? Ma'am, could you hear me? Ma'am, is my voice clear? Could you hear me? Ma'am? Ma'am, could you hear
Very
me?
much audible. Yes, yes. You can share the screen and start over.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
Sure, sure.
Ma'am, can you give me that meeting organizers present can share? Can you give the permission to share my screen? It's asking for the permission.
Yes, yes, we will give, ma'am. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಹೋಗಿ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಡಿ ಸರ್.
Okay. Ma'am, is my screen visible?
No, ma'am.
It's not visible.
ಬಿಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ.
Ma'am, the icon is not inactive, ma'am. You have to give me the permission to share.
Just a moment, ma'am.
Yes. Yes.
Right click. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. Now you can share, ma'am, presentation.
Could you see, ma'am? Could you see
Yeah,
the
ma'am. You are
presentation?
visible. Yeah, you are
Okay.
visible.
Okay,
No,
sir.
no, no. Presentation is not visible. So what's up, web there? Sharing and again share it.
Yeah.
Stop sharing, madam.
Again.
Yes, ma'am. Now it is open. Ma'am, now is the screen visible, ma'am?
Camera.
Camera off ಮಾಡಿ.
Can you please put off your cameras? Otherwise, we have to disable all then. Screen share that. Put all your mobiles in your bags. Please put all your mobiles in your pockets or bags. PPT nowhere. Ma'am, can we run your presentation?
Yes, ma'am. Sure.
No, now you are actually a presenter. Recheck once again, no?
Ma'am, is it visible?
No, ma'am. Earlier when you shared, it was there. Very first time.
1 minute, I will restart it again. Okay, once again I'll share. Give me a chance. Ma'am, is it visible?
Better ನೀವು
Ma'am.
download ಮಾಡಿ, ma'am.
My
Ah.
presentation is visible or not, ma'am?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you share from your side? Because I have sent to
That's
you.
what. That's what. Sir, what's up? Just give me 1 minute time, so I'll download it and we will run your presentation from here.
Okay, ma'am.
Minimize my conversation. Wait.
That is it.
It- I'm downloading it. Run ಮಾಡಿ sir. Outlook ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಡ್ಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಫುಲ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಡಾಟ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ
Screen ಮಾಡಿ.
ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಫುಲ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡಿ ಸರ್ ಬೆಟರ್ ಫುಲ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡಿ ಸರ್ ನಾನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ
ಇದಲ್ಲ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತು ಫುಲ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಹೋಗಿ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ ದಟ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಆಯ್ತು ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಬರೀ ಆ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಮಾತ್ರ you connect ma'am the presentation is visible to you?
No, ma'am.
No, just 1 minute. Minimize. Now?
No, ma'am.
ಆ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕೊಡಿ ಸರ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ನೋಡೋಣ the PDF only it is. Stop sharing and then once again share it. Single screen ಅಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಫುಲ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಇದು ವಿಂಡೋಸ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ವಿಂಡೋ ನಾವು ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಯುವರ್ ಎಡ್ಜ್ ಸರ್ ಕಮ್ ಡೌನ್ ಸರ್
ಮೊದಲು ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅದ್ರ ವಿಂಡೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಓಪನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಈಗ ಎಡ್ಜ್ ಬಂತ
ಈಗ ಈ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ now the presentation is visible?
No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Is that visible on that side? Yes, ma'am. Now
Yeah,
it is visible. Yes, ma'am. Now it is.
It is
Yes,
visible for us.
Yeah, here also now I could see, ma'am. It is visible.
Please start it over, ma'am. Start it over.
Sorry, students, for the technical inconvenience. Okay. And tell me, what is more important in your life? If you ask the same question, the answer would vary from person to person. But the very important thing in the life is the time. Do you accept this? Time is the precious thing, because we can't bring the yesterday's moment, or everything. It happens in a fraction of a second, whether it's an accident or a death. So we can't predict the thing. So today I'm going to take your valuable time for next 1 hour. So today the session is about the entrepreneurship skills, attitude and behavioral development. First, let me start with the attitude, because all these 3 topics are interconnected or interlinked. So let me start with the attitude. So what is attitude? Attitude is everything. Am I right? Attitude is, I can define attitude as a mental filter, how I can view this world. It is a mental filter, how I examine this world. From my views or from my eyes, I can see the different persons, different characters and personalities. And my attitude is also changed from person to person, isn't it? And depends upon my attitude, the behavior of someone's, it would be. Am I right? So I would like to say a short story for this attitude. Okay, just imagine there is a place in England. There was a sibling. The sibling name was John and Peter. Okay, So the John was a very successful entrepreneur. Peter was a prisoner. Okay, he actually did some crime and he was in prison. So one journalist was very curious to know about his siblings. How could be siblings on both? One could be a successful and very famous entrepreneur, and another one who was in the prison. So this kind of question came to the journalist. So what happened? This journalist one day he interviewed both the brothers. So he asked the question, what made you to be a successful entrepreneur? So first he threw the question to John. Then he answered, my father. The same question asked to the Peter. Peter also replied the same. He also said, my father. So the curiosity of this, this journalist, it increased. He said, sir, how could be both? One is very successful, another is in extreme level. So how could be the answer is the same? So that time John replied, during my childhood, uh, I had very, bad memory. My father was a drunkard and he tortured to my mother core, and he abused my mom every day, verbally as well as physically. He assaulted badly my mom. So I have been gone through my childhood after seeing all these things. So I have decided I should not take as my dad as my role model. I have to be a good human. I have to treat the ladies or women with most respect. And only thing that changed my life is the education. So I have to focus my education. So I have decided this and I work very hard. That is why I am today very successful. And the same question was asked to Peter. The Peter, he replied that same thing. My father, every day he slapped me very badly. He tortured me. And he said my mom was the only sole breadwinner in my family, and she went for the daily wages. So whatever that money that she earned, his father would come every day and he loot the money from his mother. One day the Peter was in very, he was in hunger. So what he did, he just stole a loaf of bread from a shop. Shopkeeper noticed him and shopkeeper complained to the police. The police he took to the juvenile jail. So he suffered a lot. So from there he decided, when he came from the jail, he wanted to take a revenge against the shopkeeper. So when he gave the threats to the shopkeeper, he saw fear on the shopkeeper eyes. So that he decided. So when we do such kind of things, people would have the fear and they would listen to us. So in that way, that was his first crime, and he started learning the crime. Slowly he started and involving himself the crime. So students, tell me, both the siblings were put on the same situation, isn't it? Both the siblings were put on the same situation, John and Peter. One has taken his life and he has taken his attitude in the positive way, and he worked very hard, he studied very well, and he chosen a right path. The another one, he started blaming the situation. He saw everything as a negative. What do you say, like I didn't get a good parents. I was in a very bad situation. My surroundings are not good. So that's why all the suffering happened. That is why I am in prison. So he took everything in the negative way. So this is what the attitude. Because we can't decide the situation, isn't it? So how we act in the situation, that actually tells about the attitude. So let's see the difference between what is positive attitude and negative attitude. So what is positive attitude? Positive attitude people. Some people. Positive attitude people, the person with the positive attitude think I can. The person with the negative attitude people think I can't. So what happened? Positive people always, even if the less resource or when they put in the less resource persons resource place also, they would always say I can. With limited resource also, they think very broad. They think very wide. That is what the positive attitude people. So the negative attitude people, what they do, they keep on blaming the situation. They keep on complaining about others. They keep on always, they curse themselves, they curse others. For small things, they get irritated. So this is how the negative people they do. This is how the negative attitude people they think. But positive attitude people, what they do, they actually looks good in others. They never find fault. Even in the bad situation, they think, okay, all is for well. Let me take this. Actually, from this, I will learn some good lessons. So they are like very optimistic. Everything they take it in the right sense. But the negative person, what they do? They always curse others, always blame others, complain others. Positive people always count their blessings. So this is the difference between the positive and negative attitude. Okay. So see, the God never seen the partiality. You know, we can't choose the parents or the surroundings or the family where we have to born. But God has given everyone 24 hours. Whether it is Adani or Ambani or you or me, everyone, it is 24 hours. Anyone can born as a poor, but it is up to us to decide our life to be successful. And he has given a complete paper, white paper, so we can write our destiny, we can decide our life. So we have to create a path, a footprints to others to follow us, isn't it? So when I say attitude, as I said, everyone has a beautiful crystal clear mirror. Everyone, when someone is born, everyone has the beautiful crystal clear glass window is given. What happened? Have you ever observed when a child turns from an infant stage to toddler stage? Have you ever observed when the child it starts to walk, it stumbles, the child he falls, but he cries sometimes. If he has the pain, he cries also, but he never complains. He never blames the carpet, or he never blames his parents for giving a flaw instructions. He never blames. After sometimes, the child it starts walking again, isn't it? Am I right? So what do you learn from the toddler, that infant or child, when it start walking? It never gives us, and no one can. It never takes the criticize and disappoint whatever the things from others. But what happens once this child, when it grows up, when it come across teenage or adolescence, what happens? This beautiful window is completely thrown with the mud, dirt, by the discouragement, criticize, disappointment, failure. So what happened? This window is turned to dirt, transparent window. Now it becomes a opaque window. So it is in our hand to keep our window clean. So it is with us how to view through the windows. So we should not, that's what I'm saying. What happens after growing on the teenage and adults, we decide, no, my IQ level is this much only. I have this knowledge only. No, I studied in Kannada media. I studied in, state board. So I can't compete with this person. So we start comparing with someone. And what happens? Our self-esteem and self-esteem and confidence, it goes low. Am I right? So this is a way how we have to keep our attitude positive. Okay. So ma'am, can you do the PowerPoint presentation next page? Can you please move the next page, ma'am? PowerPoint presentation, sir.
On the computer, WhatsApp worker. They are also taking it the language mixing the.
So can you change the PowerPoint page?
Your how it is different then?
Yeah, okay, ma'am. It's a third page.
Second page, sir. Cognitive, 3 types of attitude.
This one, ma'am.
This morning this satisfied. This
That's
satisfied.
part, I'm getting really disturbed.
Yeah, can I move next one, ma'am?
Next is 3 types of attitude. We have 3 types of attitude.
Now, they are taking Twitter data, WhatsApp data, they are putting it in their code and they are getting it. Language mix, they are doing it. You are only one.
Only ma'am, no, you
So can you please turn the next page?
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
Yeah. Attitude is everything. There is a 3 type of attitude. Okay. First is cognitive attitude. Second is affective attitude. Third is behavioral attitude. Okay. So what is this cognitive attitude is? Normally we have opinion on certain things in our life. So can anyone say, ethically we say these are the things wrong, I don't do this thing. Can anyone unmute and answer before page, sir? Before earlier, before page, not this one, second page. So can anyone unmute and tell me, ma'am, these are unethical things I will never do in my life. Do you have anything like that? Students, can anyone unmute and you can say? For example, someone say I don't bribe, someone say I don't lie, someone says that I don't steal money. Certain things, we have certain principle in life. Am I right? Students, can anyone unmute and say, do you have any principle kind of thing like that? Ma'am, I don't do this thing in my life. At any cost, I won't do this thing. This is completely bad. So we say such kind of thing as a cognitive attitude. Certain things we feel that as a sin, certain things we feel that as a crime, and people or have the fear to do certain things. We call that as a cognitive behavior. For example, if you ask me, I would say leaving the elderly parents, old age people living in a old age home or in ashram, I feel that as a biggest crime and sin. That is not a crime, but that is a biggest sin. I don't respect people, those who leave their parents or in-laws in the old age home. Students, do you agree with me? Parents are working very hard, they take care of us, but when they need us at at their old age, is it really wrong leaving our parents at their old age? Isn't it? Am I right or wrong? Can anyone unmute, say at least yes or no, or you can use the hands up. Give the hands up. If you have a mobile, you can do that. Okay, Srinidhi, yes, wrong. Very good. Hasina, thank you. So that's what I'm saying. So this is what is cognitive behavior means. Something we have an opinion, we feel this is wrong and I never do this in my life. Okay, this is what we called as a cognitive behavior. Next is affective behavior. What is affective behavior? I have some principle in my life and someone is against to my principle. For example, if my friend or my colleague or my relative, someone, they left their parents or in-laws in the home. That means they have left their home, parents and in-law in some old age home. So what happened, which is against to my principle. So what happened now, this become an affective in my mind. I have a judgmental, I have a different opinion about that particular person. Then I say, no, this is completely wrong. Really what I start judging that person based on his behavior. So what I do next, my behavior, this is the behavioral attitude, third attitude. So what happens now, I don't speak to that person, or what happened, I will reduce speaking to the person. I will keep very limited relationship with the person, because my principle or my attitude, it doesn't sync or it doesn't synchronize with that person's attitude or thing. So what happens, slowly I start moving away from that person. So this is what we call as a cognitive attitude, affective attitude, behavioral attitude. So why the behavior is very, very important? So please move to the next screen, behavior. So why the behavior is very, very important to a person? Because this world judged by our behavior, isn't it? The behavior as the motive. Everything the world, it notices us. Small thing about the eye contact. Even if some person is speaking before us, we notice the eye, where actually he sees us, isn't it? How he drinks, how he eats, how he stands, even the body postures, how he sits. Everything it matters. How he dresses. When he comes to the interview, he has to dress formally. When you come to the college, you have some kind of dress code. Am I right? So this is how we judge the behavior. How he is honest or dishonest. Even in the friends also we see the behavior. If someone is dishonest, someone who speaks behind us, okay, someone or if someone do some betrayal, backbites, we can't accept that kind of behavior, isn't it? We don't have a good relationship with that person. So behavior is a very important thing. You may ask, ma'am, how it is related to an entrepreneurship? Because the attitude and behavior is the basic steps to become a successful entrepreneur. Without these two things, no one can be successful to be a human also. So this is a very important thing. Okay, so behavior is the motive, and it's a it helps to reach the goal, because every time the behavior is observable as well as it is measurable. This whole world, it actually see us. It always measure our this whole world, it would measure our behavioral and as well as it, it observes our behavior. So we are judged by our behavior and attitude. Always it would be there. Okay, so the next topic is Maslow hierarchy law. What is the, sir, please go to the next page. Turn to the next page. Maslow hierarchy of needs. Okay, this is actually an idea of psychology proposed by this is an idea in psychology proposed by an American psychologist. His name is Abraham Maslow. Okay, a theory of human motivation. So here actually these are the basic things that the human he needs. Without this he can't survive. But if you see, there is in a pyramid, there is a 5 level. First one is the basic need. Second is safety need. Third is the social need. Fourth is the esteem need. And fifth is the self-actualization need. The first is the basic need. You could see now that, or I think it's in red color. In a pyramid, you can see the, first level is the basic need. So what is the first important need of a human? Actually, earlier we think that, food is before pandemic. If you ask before Corona, everyone says different thing. Money, house, want to, they have different answers. But after the pandemic, during the pandemic, only we realized the important thing. Everyone they go and stood. Everyone they stood in the queue on grocery shops, on the vegetable shops. No one stood on the jewelry shop or in the clothes shop. So pandemic taught us a very good lessons. So the basic need, very important, is what? Food, shelter, clothing. These are the basic needs. Water, fresh air. So these are the important things we call as a basic need. So every human has to get these things without any pollution or without any, basically we should get all these things. The second is safety needs. Okay, now all my basic requirements are satisfied. So what is next? So next we need a little financial, where I have to do my surveil, isn't it? So I want to take a health for my wellness, for my, for my health. These are the things I have to take an insurance. I need some financial security. So these are the things that we see on the safety needs. Want to purchase a house, or I want to live in a secured way. So that we call as a safety needs. How when we travel on a bike, we wear the helmet. Like that, safety needs are very important. Next is the social needs. Okay, right now my basic needs are satisfied, my safety needs are satisfied. Next we search for the social needs. Yes, of course, we need family, we need friends, we need a community, because humans are social animal. We can't live alone. Am I right? Is it possible to live alone? Even if you see now the psychology, if anyone watched the Big Boss, the psychology keeps on changing. It's very difficult to stay with 10 or 15 people like gossiping. See, that is the social needs. Social needs means we need friends, family, we need person to love, we need person to hate. Sometimes we need to fight with a person. So all these things are very important. Live in a community, or that's why that is very important. The fourth is the esteem need. So after satisfying these three needs, what is this esteem need is? We need lot of appreciation. We need an identity. If someone asks who you are, it's not about the name, because the name is given by our parents, isn't it? So it's like an identity. When you say, yeah, I'm doing this profession, I won a medal, gold medal. See, I have cleared this IIT JEE. I have secured 90% mark and I got admission in Venkateshwara College, Sri Venkateshwara Engineering College. I got a free seat. So this we called as an esteem need. This is about the proud appreciation, isn't it? So this is what the esteem need. Do you think this esteem need stops here? No, the last level is the self-actualization. So why the self-actualization means we actually realize about, we have the self-aware, we realize about ourselves, what actually I want, why I born in this world. Okay, I have made lot of money, I got lot of identity or appreciation. My identity crisis, everything, it has gone. Now everyone knows me on the positive way. So next, what I have to do for the society. So this is we called as the self-actualization, self-awareness. So what actually I have to do in my life? So why I'm giving this Maslow hierarchy as an example means today the topic is an entrepreneurship. So, can you give can you give me, unmute and tell me the difference between employee or entrepreneurship? Just give me the basic thing, whatever that you can say it in a simple word. I would like to, any student, can you please unmute and can you give me the difference between employee or entrepreneurship? Because the next topic is about entrepreneurship. I wanted to explain that. So before going to that, can anyone, students, please unmute and tell me? Say it in a simple word, no issue. Employee, or you can tell me difference between CEO, Chief Executive Officer, and no entrepreneurship.
A person who starts his own business.
A person
Who starts his own business.
is called entrepreneur. What is an employee?
Who works under him.
Okay, that's who works in a company, right? This is the right definition. Okay, so now you see the Maslow hierarchy. Those who work as an employee would get the esteem needs. That means he would get the monetary benefits. He would rise his financial background. He would have the identity that he may say that I work as a vice president, I work as a general manager. Even if you see, like I would like to say some famous CEOs, okay, from India, they are like CEOs from the world, very, very big companies, they are CEOs. Just a minute. Sundaram Pichai, Google, CEO of the Google. Satyam Nadella, Microsoft. Shantanu Narayana, Adobe CEO. Parag Agarwal, he was CEO till 2021. After that, he was replaced. Right now, I think Arvind Krishna, someone is CEO of Twitter. Okay, Leena Nair, Ajay Pal Banga, CEO of Mastercards. Indrani Noe, CEO of PepsiCo. Dinesh Paliwal, CEO of Harman International. These are some Indian CEOs of the world, world companies, famous companies. Why I'm saying this, anytime the CEOs can be replaced by someone. So the CEOs, what they actually do is, they actually work for the present. What is their job of an employee? Even in the top level most, what is their job means? They plan for the strategy. They have to be very successful. They have to bring a lot of financial profits to their company. And what they have to do, they have to keep happy their shareholders, stakeholders. Okay, when the person purchases the share should not reduce down. So this is a work of the CEO. So he is hired by a company. Anytime he can be fired by the company also. If he doesn't prove himself every time, he is like running, he has to like run in a race, like horse race. If someone does better than him, he would be fired. So this is what the CEO position. Even those who get in the top level post, because we know, we proudly say Sundaram Pichai, CEO of Google, Satyam Nadella, CEO of Microsoft. It's good. They are like placed in a very big reputed companies. They were in CEO. It's very dream for many people. But what is the entrepreneur is? Here they start the company from the scratch. They have some idea. They have some dream. Okay, they start their own company. They fall many times. Okay, but here they learn everything. If a person is an employee, he have a knowledge of particular one department. For example, if you take, okay, if a person is in works in a this HR department, or if he works in marketing department, the person has only knowledge of that marketing field. If you ask some questions in finance or in HR, he doesn't answer because he doesn't know the thing, because he works only in the HR department or in finance department. But if you ask the same question to be an entrepreneur, because he has to be like multi-talented, he gains knowledge from all the department, because he has to fix his strategies, vision. He has to market for his product. He has to hire the employee for his company, isn't it? So he has knowledge of everything, but it sometimes a lot of uncertainty is there in the entrepreneurship. You don't get like monthly income. For employees, every month you receive the salary. Okay, you don't have any risk in your job. maybe you have risk. Sometimes if the company it falls, they will fire you. You can find some other job after some time. So it is risk. So, but here the uncertainty, risk factor is less in employment. But I tell you, you will not get any kind of satisfaction. We are like working like a slave in a company, because we normally we want to listen and we want to follow the orders from the industries. Whatever the strategies and principles, protocols, we just blindly we have to follow the protocols of the companies. We creative, they will give you some extent, some kind of space to use your creative, but completely you can't use your creative on the employment. But entrepreneurship, where you can use completely, you can use your ideas. You are the, this is like you are the king. You can do anything on your business. You can do lot of trial and error. No one questions you. So that is what I'm saying. Employee, this is what the difference between an employee and entrepreneurs. So mostly why this entrepreneurs, why we need why we need more entrepreneurs in our country, I tell you. After this 12th standard, once we completed, we think, okay, have to get admission in good engineering colleges. And next 4 years, you guys will be studying four subjects, and you are like get 70% engineers they wanted to place in a reputed companies, and 20 or 30% they wanted to go abroad, so they prepare for the GATE, TOEFL, all these things for higher studies, MS in some foreign countries. And 10% they wanted to do their father's business like this, because it's very difficult to start up a business and to make it successful. Because if you have someone in your background, it is okay. You can extend your father's business or your family business. It's very difficult, but still it has lot of, you can gain more knowledge if you become an entrepreneur. Okay, here, sir, please turn to the next page. So can you please turn to the next page? Okay, here I would like to say some young entrepreneur. Okay, see, listen carefully. This is very important thing. I am going to tell you certain secrets. After this, next year fees, you are going to pay from your pocket. You are not taking money from your parents. So I'm going to give you an important idea and some examples. So now you have to think out of box for making money. Is it possible that I can become an entrepreneur during my, during my college days? If you ask this question, I will say yes. So I'm going to give you 2 examples here. Okay, first is the person name is Tilak Mehta. This person is 16 years old. Okay, so what actually he achieved, he is the founder of Papers and Parcels. Go and search in Google after this session. Take your mobile and search in Google and read about this person completely. Okay, right now I'll give you a summary of this person. In Mumbai we have the Dabbawalas, because in Mumbai it's very difficult to travel, because everything we calculate here the distance by traveling on electric train. If you travel 1 hour in electric train, it's okay. That means very, smallest distance, because Mumbai is highly populated city. Even I think in Bangalore also nowadays it turns like that only. You know how much traffic would be there to travel from Malleshwaram to Electronic City. Minimum it will take 3 to 4 hours. So what happens every day, these employees, those who go for regular jobs, it's very difficult for their wives to prepare the, lunch for them every day. So because they have to start traveling from 6 o'clock, they have to catch the train. So it's very difficult to prepare that early for their lunch. So what they do, there is a very famous business in Mumbai we call Dabbawalas. Have you ever heard about this Dabbawalas? If you have heard, give me the hands up. If you have mobile, just tell me this hands up. Let me see. How many of you know about Dabbawalas? Dabbawalas. Dabbawala means they will take the lunch. Yes, Dabbawala. So they take the lunch. Okay, Hasina, good. So this Dabbawalas, what they do now, they will take the lunch and they deliver to the employees on their respective office. So this guy, Tilak Mehta, what he did, he started a small courier service, Papers and Parcels. So he used already this Dabbawala business is there in existing. So this Dabbawala, they don't do anything. They just carry the boxes, and they deliver the food. This is what they do. what happens now, this already this dabbawala business is existing, and this guy using the same dabbawalas, he just collaborated with the dabbawalas. So locally he was like doing a courier service, you know, courier parcel service. So he can deliver anything. For example, if I wanted to, I live in Kargar, if I wanted to deliver something in Andheri, okay, I just wanted to give some food items, I just wanted to give some, you know, important papers or something, I wanted to give to my cousin who stays in Andheri. Right now I am in Kargar. I can take the help from dabbawala. This dabbawala come and collect the parcel from my house. Within 2 hours or 1 hour, he delivers the parcel to Andheri, to my cousin or someone. So this is what the core idea of the business. Okay, just imagine this person is 16-year-old, less than you guys. Okay, so what happened? His motive in building, same day he has to do the courier, and right now he's delivering more than 1,200 dabbas every day. Imagine if he collects 50 or 100 rupees. Right now he is getting an offer of 1,200 dabbas. Okay, so this is the lowest cost in the Mumbai region. Daily basis, it delivers roughly 1,200 parcels to the destination on the same day. Imagine if he gets 100 rupees, multiply 1,200 by 100, and every 25 hours, it leaves the Sunday. Other 6 days, if you calculate, the 16-year-old guy, how much he is making after giving collaborating with dabbawala, even if he gives 50% profit to the dabbawala, imagine how much he makes money. Think out of box, guy. You can also make your own business without any investment using your skill and knowledge. Skill and knowledge is enough to make money on these days. Next semester or next year, you can pay your fees, college fees, without getting from your parents. You can make your parents pride. They would go and say, my kids, they have started earning during their college days. So this is what, start with small business. You don't do like, you know, rocket launching, not like, don't think like big. Start with a small thing. You have so many business that you can do. Entrepreneurship, it starts from small ideas. Once if you start doing that, updating that, extending your business, one day it will grow into very big corporate company. Okay, guys, tell me, is my voice audible? Could you hear me? Just give me a hand raise.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So next example I would like to give is Shri Lakshmi Suresh. Shri Lakshmi Suresh. First I said Tilak Mehta, and right now second example is Shri Lakshmi Suresh, and she is 23 years old, and she's a founder of E-Design and Tiny Logo. This girl, she started using computer at her age of 4. And she became a, you know, world youngest designer at the age of 7. She started her business. Imagine how brilliant this girl would be. Go and search in internet and learn about this girl. Okay, so she's the youngest CEO and youngest web designer in the world. She's running her own business right now. She's 23 years old, but she has started her business at 7 or 8 years. Okay, so I can say like this, youngest entrepreneurs who are less than 20 or 18, who are less than 20, Ritesh Agarwal, Tilak Mehta, Shri Lakshmi Suresh, Krishneet Arora, Akilendra Sahu, Divya Gandotra Tandam, Farad Asidwala, Kavita Shukla, Ranveer Alhadia, Sumit Shah. These are the young entrepreneurs who are making more monies in their life. Before entering to the college itself, they have become a famous entrepreneurs. So I will give you some ideas. Okay, what are the young entrepreneurs business ideas without investing? It's like a zero investment money. Without investing money, what kind of business that you can start? I can give you some ideas. Okay, I will give you after this topic. So listen carefully. Next, the topic is creative process. Okay, is the topic is interesting? Can someone says raise your hand? Am I going very fast? Do you understand what I'm speaking? Okay, Asina, thank you. Pavan P, thank you. Because I just want to know, because I want a listener whether they understand or not, or finding some difficulties. That's why I'm asking. So next is the creative process. So this is very important process in our life. To be an entrepreneurship, these are the things we have to go through all these phases. Then only we can become a successful entrepreneurs. So first is idea germination. So why is idea germination? You pick some idea from somewhere, whatever that you see around your surroundings, or whatever that you learn from your book, or some thesis, or you learn from your lessons, or you listen from your teacher or professors, or you somewhere you will pick the idea. uh, that is the idea germination. Sometimes when you face some problem, for example, if you imagine you have a lot of water scarcity. Okay, we will take an example in Bangalore. Okay, right now you guys are facing a lot of traffic jam in Bangalore. Am I right or wrong? Can anyone unmute and say, is still traffic jam problem is in Bangalore? Because I worked some 10 years back, 10, 15 years back. Yes. So what we can do for this to avoid the traffic jam? It's a simple thing. We can think about this now. If this is what brainstorming, when we start thinking about this, we'll get some ideas. Sometimes we get stupid ideas also. It's okay to have. It's not wrong. Thinking we can't, no one, we have only the freedom in thinking. We have only freedom in our dreams. So start dreaming. That's why Dr. Abdul Kalam, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam also told us to dream. Small dream, actually, it would actually, invent so many things. So idea germination is like thinking about what kind of problem that we are facing: scarcity of water, polluting. We have a lot of problem around how to reduce the plastics, isn't it? How to recycle the plastics. So like this, whatever something that influence from the surroundings, the idea it would generate. So you will start thinking, why can't we do this? Why can't we bring something already existing technology? You may have some pros and cons. So you may think to extend certain things on the existing technology. Okay, just imagine now. For mosquito, I will give you a small example. What happened mosquito? We use the liquid to kill the mosquitoes. Everyone house we use this good night liquid. Am I right? So what happens? Some people they have allergy, asthma patients or someone they are allergic to this mosquito foils because it creates a bad smells, isn't it? So later what they think, it's a simple thing. They bring the mosquito bats using a electric thing. They use the mosquito bats to kill the mosquitoes. It's just cost 180 rupees only, but it's how much useful. This is what the small idea, germination to kill the pest. So innovation it starts here only. Next is preparation. Okay, now you have these much problems. You have started. You are dreaming about one particular thing. So next, what you do, you will start preparing. Okay, I want to invent something. I want to invent some products. So what you do, you will start preparing. You go collect the data. You will be analyzing about the data. So what you will be searching for the information or data. So where do you find this information? Today we have different sources. Am I right? You will get in the Google. And another thing right now, I think Microsoft it brings, what is that? Chat GPT. It gives all the information. It's better than the Google search engine also. So we get an information from there also. And apart from this, libraries, professors, so many sources we have available. So we start gathering the information. That is what the preparation. Next is incubation period. During this incubation period, what we do, we would be like trying. We will just see what are the requirements that we need to create a model. Okay, when you want to do a product, first we create a model. Prototype model we create. Am I right? So we just go and research what are the things that we require to make a model. After making a prototype model, next is the illumination process. That means you will be creating a prototype model to the real product. That is the illumination, and you test yourself how long it works, how long. If you, for example, same the mosquito bat, how long it comes for duration. You will be checking about the duration, how long it works, anything product or not, durability, compatibility, portability. So many things we have to, the product before coming, it has to go through so many stages. Okay, is that create any kind of problem to the humans? Is that match with all the measurements of the government? So many we have the law and all we have. When you create a product or when you create an idea, we have to check with the government laws. It has to satisfy all the government laws on all the things. Once this elimination is over, next the verification. Then you will be checking in the market. You will release the product and you will see, okay, is that how much requirement is there in this this kind of product? How much is required in the market? Is the same product already existing in the market? Okay, how much it moves? So this is what the verification. So this verification process is very important. Sometimes I would like to give you one example here. In 94, on human cloning, on biotechnology, they did a project, cloning project. So I think in year 94, they did a cloning with a doll, dolly one sheep. So they create using the dolly's cell or chromosome, they created an exact copy of another sheep. But what happens? Everything it is same. So they stop the project. US government actually banned that project, because if that project it comes to the future, what happens? They can create an exact copy of human where the thumb impression, everything would be the same. So anyone can become a prime minister like same using his DNA or cells. So they stop that project there. So that's what the verification it comes. Even many verification, even for corona right now, when they bring the vaccination, they did verification before they before they releasing the medicine. They test with the animals and all, like rat. They test with, they see how it is, good to the human, what kind of harm it creates to the human. That verification process it goes. When they are anything, even the government, when they are introducing, if any new metro train it starts in a city, they do the test drive for 1 to 2 months before they start the trips. They do all these test drives. So that is the very important. So these are the different phases of creative process for entrepreneurship. Okay, sir, can you move for the next slide? Can you move the next slide, sir? Internal factors. Okay, I tell you now what are the entrepreneurship business idea. Here I have written certain ideas. Okay, you can think. So if you have any ideas, you can do it by yourself. And I would like to give certain ideas. Without any investment, you can start this kind of business. Gift wrapping services, pet sitting services, social marketing, okay, device setup, jewelry designing, artistry, become an online personality, YouTubers, because today YouTubers are making more amount. Okay, cooking, monster, handmade gifts, computer repair services, and many books. So all these are based on your skills. Very, very minimum level of investment you can do for the entrepreneurship business. As I said, for next semester fees or within the next year fees, you can pay from your pocket. Just imagine how when you start making your money, you feel like, that is a different taste, man. Try it, then you tell me. Okay. So next is the internal factors. So when you start a business, when you become an entrepreneur, what are the internal factors that we need? That means something that has to start from our inside. Desire to do something. So I said, now today after this session, you guys go and think what I can do to make money, but in the right way. Okay, easy way, right way. So desire to do something, some spark that has to happen in ourselves. That is what the desire. Next, become independent. So start thinking, go search, become independent. Achieve what one wants to have in life. This is the motto now. This is a vision, or what would I say? Some dream. You have to think what I wanted to become in my future. Isn't it? Be recognized for one's contribution. And one's educational background is very, very important. If you are an engineer, learn all the subject thoroughly, understand the subject, each and every subject. I think right now you are in first year or second year. So when you are learning subject, just don't do ratta and don't study for the exam point of view. Instead of learn each and every topic. Why this hypothesis, why this theory they have given? So what is behind this theory? Why I am learning this? So how it is useful? So using this kind of theory or topics, what I can do, what I can innovate, or already where it is applied. Ask so many questions. If you don't know the answer, ask your professors. They will give you the answers. Go and search in library. Go and search in Google. Today you have multiple sources. You will get answer for everything. If you don't get answer, then you find the answer for that, right? So one's educational background is very, very important. Then one occupational background and experience in the relevant. That is very important. Yeah. Once if you start working on, some profession, especially these things happen in the corporate industry. As I said, now after the 45 years, especially people works in corporate companies. Last 20-25 years, they have gained a huge knowledge about the product, or a particular the experience about the relevance field. So what they think, they start up the business. Either their business would be on the same field or it is related to their job. Everyone they move on, even though if they get a good salary or good payment, after some time money doesn't matter. They have the thirst to do something in their life, because they would be like bored with the routine work. Just every day wake up, go to the office, catch the train, metro train, electric train, go to the office, 12 hours work continuously, attend the phone call, send the mails. See, this is the routine job. Delegate the job to your subordinates. Okay, someone delegates you, they give you their works. Your boss would, he delegates his works. So everyone will bore with the, they would be bored with their routine works. So in that time, what they think, they wanted to start something new. So many, they would start up their business. They would become an entrepreneurship once they gain the complete knowledge. You can't say complete. Once if they start business only, learning it will never end. That would be there till our death. Every day is learning. When you start business, that time only you'll come across with all the problems. If you see the problems, we can't succeed in our life. We have to always focus on the solution instead of seeing the problem. In my life, I have only two words. One is success, another is learning. There is no word like failure in my dictionary. Seriously, I'll tell you. I think you have come across with a lot of proverbs and all. Failure is stepping stone for success. Nothing is like that. Success, learning. Why I'm saying as learning. If you fail something, you will learn again how to succeed in your life. So never give up in your life. Always keep on trying something. Even if you fail, it's okay. You're learning something. That's it. So never give up. It's okay. Okay. So these are the two things. Another one proverb is also there. When opportunity knocks your door, so how you have to keep your doors open, because we have to wait till the opportunity it comes. Come opportunity, knock my door. It never happens. Opportunities never knock the door. It's actually lie. We have to create the opportunity. I'll tell you, you have to create the opportunity. Don't wait for the opportunity. It's your life. Already you have given a blank paper and you have to write your destiny. Don't allow anyone to write your destiny. You have to decide your life, what you want to be, where you want to be, how successful you want to be. And you create you have to create a footprint so the others would follow you. Am I right? So please don't wait for the opportunities and create your opportunity. Okay. So these are the internal factors that has to happen, the change in ourselves. So next, please turn the next page, sir. External factors. These are the very important thing. See, when you start a business, certain things that we have to, when we are staying in some any countries, okay, whether in India or there, outside or anywhere, we have certain rules and regulation. We have to follow strictly. We have to adhere with the certain rules and regulation. Government assistance and supports. We have to check when you are importing or exporting a product, when you are starting a business, so many things we have to get license. But India, we don't have. Anyone can start the food business. If a person is a homemaker, she can do the babysitting, and anyone can become cook at home and they can become a entrepreneur. We don't have that much strict rules in India, but in abroad and all, if you see, if someone wants to start a food business, they have to get a license. If someone wanted to do the babysitting, then also that person has to go for 6 months, 1 year course, and she has to get the certificate to become a babysitter. So here the government assistance and supports are there, but I'll tell you, even in food business or any kind of business, here the license is there. Go and check it. So proper license or government thing, we have to see what are the tax, what are the new laws, or they are every day they are bringing to regarding the business, that we have to check before starting any business. Availability of labor and raw materials. This is very important. When you do any kind of business, we have to check with the labor, water, electricity, and government give any kind of subsidies and all. So we have to check with the raw material, availability of raw material, everything we have to calculate as an entrepreneur. Then encouragement from big business houses. Sometimes what happens, we have only the ideas, But I'll tell you, idea is enough to make money. Because there are many people ready to invest money on your ideas if you have really a good idea. I'll tell you, those who have started, those who are today are successful entrepreneurs, they have only the ideas. You know the Gopinath, earlier he was the, you know that I think Goair or he's a owner of some flight companies, isn't it? Cheap Airways, Deccan Airways, Gopinath. So that is the thing. Just an idea is enough. If your idea is too good, people are ready to invest the money for your ideas. So encouraging from big business houses. Next is promising demand for the product. So that's what I'm saying. If the product is very useful and if it is essential, okay. Have you remember the Arogya Setu is an app that we used during the pandemic? Can anyone unmute and say what is Arogya Setu? Arogya Setu, some kind of app we used on the Corona time. Do you remember that? Can anyone unmute and tell me about Arogya Setu, that app? Anyone remember that app? Have you come across that word Arogya Setu? One app we used during pandemic. What is that? Can you explain about that app? Simply explain in 1 or 2 lines. What is the usage of that app?
To track the COVID patient.
Yes, right. So it's just to track a COVID patient, and it tells you in which hospital you can go, or who are affected on corona, and whether they are vaccinated or not. So that gives you the complete information, isn't it? Have you ever think how they have made that app? So it's a what kind of innovation? It's a techno entrepreneur, entrepreneur. That means based on the technology they have innovated. So many apps we are coming across. GPay, Paytm. Today we have never used, money. Basically we use digital transaction. We don't use physical money. Now we don't take the notes and all. Mostly everyone has the phone and they use the Paytm and GPay even for 5 rupees, 10 rupees. Even the small vendors, they have this thing. Have you ever noticed how such kind of thought it came? Innovations, isn't it? So that is demand. When to 4 5 years, I think 2016-17, when the government they decided to make the whole country digitization, lot of comment was passed. India, many are like uneducated, illiterate. How do they use all these things? Lot of malpractices would also happen because of this digital transactions. So many things it came, but today successfully we are using all kind of innovations. Am I right? So promising demand for the product. Actually, we need any product, it has a demand, it would launch successfully in the market. So we have one thing we have to observe. First, we have to see what is actually the people they require. What are the products that move in the market? So before doing any business, we have to do the data analysis and we have to collect the statistics. We have to see in which area, what would the people like, how the product, it would easily reach to the people, how easily they can use. You have to think from the consumer side, because all would not have the technology now, all would not have the knowledge like us. So we have to think from their knowledge. It should be very user friendly, isn't it? The product should be very user friendly. So that way the product it would reach. If it is really essential to them, successfully it will reach to everyone. Okay. So sir, please can you turn to the next page? External factors over. Okay, so this is an entrepreneurship. There are 12 type of entrepreneurships we have. So small business entrepreneurships. Small business entrepreneurship is like a family business, like 3 people, 4 people. Have you seen this small shops? Kirana shops, they say. Kirana means, that grocery shops, vegetable shops, where the money they make, it's only required for their family. So we call that as a small business entrepreneurship. I can say the cottage business. Okay, it's like a small scale entrepreneurship where it satisfies their families. Small business entrepreneurship is like that only. Even if you see in the online and all, they sell saris. Some they teach us the art, baking. So many things are there. So these are we call small business entrepreneurship. Who involves in actively on the small business entrepreneurship? Momopreneurs, edupreneurs. See, momopreneur means what? Those who manage their family. They take care of their baby as well as they become an entrepreneur, like selling masala, whatever they can do from their home. Even I am a momopreneur. I'm a freelancer. I teach from my home after taking care of my kids. So this is what small business entrepreneurship. It starts like this. If I get more students, what I do? I hire 2-3 staffs. I train them, and I will expand my business like this. Okay. Then what I will do? I will create an app for my business, and I'll market effectively on Facebook on different mode. I will just check on what mode I can do my marketing online business. So this is how the small business it starts, and it will become a large company entrepreneurship or corporate company. Okay. Next is large company entrepreneurship. Large company entrepreneurship means big companies. Normally they sell as their shares. The company, the government also helps to start such kind of. They give government also allocate places. They give all kind of subsidies for the large company entrepreneurships, and they work for the interest of shareholders and consumers. That is the large company. They provide lot of employments for people. Next is scalable startup entrepreneurship. The scalable startup entrepreneurship means, as I said, someone has only the good ideas. He doesn't have investment money. So what he does, he goes and search for the investors. So he finds the investors and he start the business. So we call that as a scalable startup entrepreneurships. Next is international entrepreneurship. Now today international entrepreneurship start like exporting or importing products across the boundaries. Someone who does the business across the national boundaries we call as the international entrepreneurships. If you notice now, even if you go and see in India Mart, small arts and things like for example, I have ordered and I've sent to my sister to Australia this puppets toys from Udaipur, Rajasthan. It's particularly available. It's like cottage business. People they make it at a home. Small toys. It's exclusively available. That kind of toys is available only in Rajasthan. So if you see like that, like they do today, that's what I'm saying. World has become a global village. Just a small mobile is enough to do a big transactions. Okay. Next is social entrepreneurship. This social entrepreneurship, they are more aware about the nature. They don't make much profit in their business, but they are like more aware about nature, that they should not create any pollution, they should not create anything harm to the environment. So that is the social entrepreneurship. If you see a lot of non-profit organization, NGOs, all these come under the social entrepreneurships. Next is, I couldn't see this words, environmental entrepreneurships. So this is also again protecting our environment. That means like we have to check with the pollution. We are using a organic manure, or we are producing without using recycling the plastics. If they create some products, we call that as a. That means from the scraps, from the waste. If we create something, then we call that as an environmental entrepreneurships. So can you turn the next page? Technopreneurship. As I said, this is using technology. Using that technology
Ma'am, I think you are muted.
Now, could you hear me?
Clear now. We can hear you.
Now is my voice audible? How long I was in mute? Did you hear the technopreneurship? Did you listen the technopreneurship? How long I was in mute? Okay, sorry. So technopreneurship is that the person who does business based on technology. So I would like to give the example Arnab Mitra. He is the co-founder and CEO of Digibox. As I said that Arokya Setu, actually he found that so many things, digital thing that he has developed during the pandemics. So next is the Prem Kumar. He is the founder and CEO of SnapBiz. So India has more than 12 million Kirana stores, forming nearly 90% of its total trade. If you see, Kirana stores means small grocery shops, and it has more than 12 million shops are there in India. So what he did, he just he just connected all these supermarkets and Kirana shops and organized grocery shops, merge it, and anytime if someone's order, easily they receive the grocery or products at their doorsteps. So this is how he did. Prem Kumar, co-founder and he's the founder and CEO of SnapBiz. Okay, next is hustler entrepreneurship. What is hustler entrepreneurship means? Sometimes every time the business it doesn't work. Sometimes we fail in our business. Sometimes the idea it would backfire us. All ideas would not be successful. It is very easy to listen for the successful person's stories. If you have 100 successful person stories, you have 10 million failure stories. Sorry, I can't say failure. I would say learning stories. You can learn from someone's failure also. So this hustler entrepreneurship is something like that. Even if they fail for many times, they will not give up. They will keep on trying. So we call that kind of person as a hustler entrepreneurships. Next is innovative entrepreneurship. Something you are like inventing a new thing. You are the one who is bringing the idea first time into the world. We call them as a innovative entrepreneurship. Next is imitative entrepreneurship. As I said, this kind of product or this kind of service is already existing in the market. It is already available in the market. So how you can be successful when you are doing an imitative entrepreneurship? So you have to do your service or you have to create a product better than, you have to give it in a good quality. You have to give a good service for less price compared to others in the market. When you do like this, imitative entrepreneurships, it works. That means already many people are selling the same product and you are entered into the competition. So you have to do better than others. So imitative entrepreneurship is about like that only. Okay, next is research entrepreneurships. Research entrepreneurship means something you have to do, research kind of thing, R&D, lab and all we have to set up. It's like a big thing. If you see all the corporate companies, they have R&D department. If you take Reliance, they also have many companies. They have Wipro, Infosys, wherever you go, big companies, they have a R&D. They do testing and all with the products, whatever the existing product or new product, or someone has launched the new product, they test their product also. Someone's products also they test in their R&D department. They used to compare why my product is, how his product is better than my product. They do this comparison and all. So R&D is like, it's like analyzing the fact, because it's like that. For example, I can give you one example. Kiran Shah, Biocon's founder. I think she was the first women entrepreneur in India. I don't know whether she's first or not. She's a woman entrepreneur who started a business in 1975 or like that. So Biocon, when she started, she was doing in very small scale. She was extracting her degree she did with this thing, biochemistry. Like she extract papin, one enzyme from the papaya. Okay, So that is normally used in the brewing industry. Brewing industry means it's like a fermentation process where they use for the wine and beer, alcohol manufacture. For that industries, she used to supply the papping. So she was the one who started that industry on 1980s, and she was like importing to the, she was exporting to the foreign countries, to Ireland, like that. So that way the biocon it has started, but today it worth about million and millions of dollars. Go and check it in the Google. So that means she set up a research. She set up everything perfectly, because when you say you want to set up a research laboratory, you have to check with everything, the air, water, everything you have to check. So that is about the research entrepreneurship. Then the last is cyber entrepreneurship. What is this cyber entrepreneurship means? Cyber entrepreneurships are people who leverage the benefits of information technology to do their business. So they come up with new ideas and provides, products and services to the customer via the internet. Okay, can anyone unmute and say, can anyone sell me some online business right now? It is very famous in our country. Ma'am, these businesses are going very successful. Urban Clap, no brokers. Can you give some examples like this? Amazon, Flipkart, like that I'm asking. What are the online business? Can anyone unmute and can you say what are? Give me some examples of online business.
Ma'am, Meesho.
Meesho, very good. Then, so many things are there now, like Meesho, Amway, Flipkart. Even if you can see the classes, IIT, Byju's. Byju's are a very successful business here. Everyone would have enrolled in Byju's. Byju's would not allow you if you have not attended Byju's meeting. They do market vigorously. If your children are studying in 12th standard or 10th standard, they will carry the person in the gunpoint. And no, I'm just joking, because the marketing is, they are doing very much. That's what I'm saying. Many online business they have started and they are very successful in their business. Am I right? So this is we call as cyber entrepreneurship. Through the online, you can, for this I think you just require an idea to start an online business. I'll give you an example. Last year I put my daughter on summer course. So she's very much interested in drawings and all. So she wants to learn some particular form of Indian folk art, Madhubani. So I have, I got a teacher from Delhi. So next time when she wants to learn Pichwai art from Rajasthan or Jaipur, then that time I have I got a teacher from Rajasthan side. So this is what the thing. So, entrepreneurship through online. Only they are using the skills to make money. So this is also the easy way of making money. That's why I'm saying, try to make next semester fees. You have to create an idea. You have to think out of box, and you have to pay your next semester or next year fees. Think out of box. If you're already doing some business, best wishes from me. Okay. So this is all about this today's session. Okay, guys, do you have any doubt on this today's session? If you want, you can ask me any questions. We are open to ask questions. First, you have to break the glass ceiling here. When you get an opportunity to ask the question, who comes first will actually be very successful in their life. I'll tell you, when you get an opportunity, when you get a stage, utilize it. Do you have any queries to ask? You can ask anything regarding the entrepreneurship.
Any questions?
Sorry, yes? Yes?
I think there is a.
Who is that? Can anyone wants to ask questions? If you have any idea, you can discuss with me. Ma'am, shall I start this business? I have this idea. So what shall I do? You give me some suggestions. Do you have any idea about that? I think just now, I think you are in first year or second year. Am I right? Ma'am, actually, I'm very good in, I have these good skills. Can I start this business? Is it work with me, work in the market? Students? See, now you got an opportunity to open up. You can ask me anything.
Ma'am, I think there is no question from students and
Okay. Okay, sir. I hope you have enjoyed this session. Thanks for giving, thank you, Nirmala ma'am, for giving me this opportunity. I hope students also have enjoyed this session. Thank you.
thank you, Subhashini ma'am, for accepting our invitation. And I thank our management, principal, and all the HODs, and not in the least, but you guys for sitting here for 1 hour and listening the session. And I thank you all. Thank you very much.